Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a weekly horoscope from the August the 4th up to the 10th of August. This is for you coming from Taurus. First, let me give you my email address, and that's andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. Send me an email and I'll come back to you. andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9, gmail.com. Now, let me talk to you about your Sunday, the 4th of August. And for you, it's going to be a very difficult morning and afternoon period. So, this news that I give you is not to show that you have bad luck, is to just make you aware that what you say and do, others may not like to hear. And there might be an argument, and you will be very rebellious in your behavior, and you won't accept any kind of argument. So, situations get worse and worse and worse. So what do you do? Well, let somebody else organize whatever is to be done on Sunday morning afternoon. Don't take charge. If you can do that, 50% of the problem is solved. And be careful, you can be very rebellious in your behavior in the morning afternoon. So don't do that. And if you find that you're going to be agitated by people, well, just stay home and be by yourself. That's one way of keeping your negative planets silent. Because the more exposure to risk morning, afternoon, Sunday the 4th, the more you can be upset and you can retaliate. And watch out, go slow, you'll be very impulsive what you say and do. Evening nightfall turns wonderful. That's how a day can change. You are going to get all the rewards in the evening nightfall period, and you're going to get all the solutions of what you couldn't get in the morning afternoon. So tell yourself, if things don't work morning afternoon, I'll wait for the evening nightfall. For chasing a romance, don't try it morning afternoon, you'll get bad news. Wait for the evening nightfall, and go out with a single mindedness in the evening nightfall. Go out with a purpose. Is it to help your job? Is it to help your business? Is it to meet people? Although it's a Sunday, it's such a wonderful group of planets evening nightfall. You got to have a plan. Monday, the 5th of August, planets are moving very fast. So you're going to be under stress, whether at home, whether in job, whether in business. You're going to mentally be a person taxed to the maximum. You will have a lot to do with little time. That's called stress. And that's all waiting for you. So what do you do? Well, plan. Once you plan, you'll be able to then focus on what's important and only do that. Never mind about the other issues which are on your mind but not important, and your level of stress will drop. Otherwise, miscommunication, miscalculation, and worse still, arguments are going to get out of hand in the morning, afternoon. And of course, blame will come to you. So it's not very a group of negative, it's a group of negative planets. I like your evening nightfall very much of Monday, the 5th of August. You're going to be very lucky in many, many ways. You can go onto the internet. I see a whole gang of internet planets there, and you will make fabulous contacts for anything in your life that you want on the internet. So do that. Or if you're not on the internet, go out and meet with people, mix business and pleasure. The business planners of the morning, afternoon will come to visit you in the evening nightfall, and they will, of course, there will be times when you'll be hasty what you say, impatient what you do, slow down a bit. But your evening nightfall will produce many solutions. So meet people with what you have in mind to help your job, to help your business, to find that romance, go to certain places, and you will be very happy with the outcome of the evening nightfall. Tuesday, the 6th of August, starts brilliantly for you in the morning, afternoon. You get to your work, you get to your business, wherever you get to, you're going to have wonderful news waiting for you. Your level of imagination and creativity will be at its peak. So say a lot and do a lot, and ask favors, whether in job areas, whether business areas. Go and contact people that you want to make change, whether in job or business. It's a very rewarding morning and afternoon, and you can easily show off your expertise in any way. And the planet, one planet of romance is also there. So by all means, make that move in the morning, afternoon. But I don't like your evening nightfall. Planets suddenly pull up the handbrake and they all start to go very slow. And what can you do? You can't go faster than your own planets. You'll be no man's land. So plan to slow down and don't be too expectant of anything that you want in the evening nightfall period. If you can do as I say, you will definitely will not be hurt. or disappointed, because you will say, well, I expect that already in the evening nightfall. That's what I'm trying to do for you. And so you will then not expect too much. And if you don't have to be out, don't go out. The more you are out, the exposure to risk will grow hour by hour. The more you're at home, you're more in control. So try, well, if you have to be out, tell yourself, I'm going to be very choosy of the company. Watch out for people you know from the past will disturb you. Watch out, problems from the past will hound you. Wednesday, the 7th, is going to be a very lucky morning and afternoon. You will be inspired to say things and do things, and the planets of internet are there. So go on the internet to be inspired, to find the solutions for whatever you want. You'll get them brilliantly done. And even if you're not on the internet, you will say and do things very luckily because the planet of inspiration is there. You'll come up with ideas that suddenly flash into your mind, and you'll meet people who are very helpful in the morning, afternoon. So if you want to change in job, if you're looking for a change in business, it's the time to make contacts in the morning, afternoon. Evening nightfall can turn very nasty. Nasty in the sense these planets make you very angry in the evening nightfall period. In fact, one of these nasty planets of the evening nightfall will show his face in the morning, afternoon. And once in a while, you'll feel that your temper is rising in the morning, afternoon. Immediately tell yourself, I have to take the soft approach, quieten these planets down, because there's only one of them. But evening nightfall, there's a whole gang of them, and they make you a person who doesn't regard any politeness, and you will say and do things with a very bad temper. So watch out you don't get into a group of people who drink too much, and watch out that accidents, whether verbal, whether emotional, whether physical, are all there waiting to happen. So if you don't have to be out in the night, go back to the safety of your own home. You will immediately control your circumstances, and nothing very bad will happen that way. So more exposure to risk evening nightfall, more problems for you. Thursday, the 8th of August, now planets decided to wake up and go very slow. So you open your eyes in the morning and everything is going slow. And what happens? Your plans can be cancelled, they can be postponed. Frustration like that will be happening in your place of work or whether in business, or that phone call you're waiting for won't come in the morning, afternoon. And past issues will hound you, making you unhappy, making you depressed. So avoid people who can do that. At your place of work or in business, go slow, be part of a team, because you're not going to get things done very well. You're going to be maybe blamed for delays, and you may not be able to carry out your duties because planets are just slow. And so frustration will build up hour by hour. Lie low, focus on what's very important and do that. Evening and nightfall turns much better. But I see a couple of planets of arrogance there in the evening nightfall. In fact, one of these arrogant planets will come in the morning, afternoon and make you arrogant. Don't do that, because you have nothing to be arrogant about in the morning, afternoon. You need help. So evening and nightfall, arrogant planets are there. Quieten them down by being very polite, by being very appreciative, by wanting to have teamwork. And these arrogant planets will quieten down. And then they will make you lucky in meeting somebody very important in the evening nightfall. So dress very well in the evening nightfall wherever you go. Friday, the 9th of August, starts in a very bad way for you. Well, that's the plan. So what? It's only a plan. Another name for a horoscope is plan. So I'm reading to you the plan, and you can change the plan by listening to me, realizing what might happen, and turning it around to your benefit. It's done every day by my clients. So the plan is to make your temper very bad, to make you angry for some reason or another, whether personal areas, whether job areas, whether business areas, whether when you're driving around. So you're going to be easily agitated and provoked by people. So I want to get that into your head in the morning, afternoon. Avoid these people. Focus on what you have to do, because it can break friendship. It can trouble any kind of compatibility, whether at office or whether at home. So it's a nasty morning, afternoon. That's the plan. So you have to take the soft approach and be the most charming person on earth. Yes, you'll quieten down these planets. They'll leave you alone. It works that way because you have that energy to control this. So do that. Don't be too expectant in the morning, afternoon of anything, because disappointment waits for you. But I like your evening nightfall very, very, very much. Now you'll find all the solutions you couldn't find earlier. The planets are very calm. There are some romantic planets there as well. Planets of teamwork are there. The planets to give you that wonderful, brilliant imagination is also there. So something wonderful can happen evening nightfall period. Well, I would suggest you mix it with business and pleasure because you're going to say and do things that others will find wonderful to hear. And that way you will be lucky in the evening nightfall, very lucky. Yes, one or two of these morning, afternoon aggressive planners will show their face evening nightfall. Every time you see a little bit of temper coming up, tell yourself in your heart, I have to take the soft approach. I have to use words which are soft, a tone of voice which is soft, a body language which is soft. That's reprogramming yourself. Even if it's for 5 minutes, never mind, it will work. Saturday, the 10th of August, is a good morning and afternoon period for you. Some important things can be discussed, some important people can be met, and so your aura is very strong. So, by all means, take the lead. But there's a planet from the evening nightfall that makes you want to be very dominating and stubborn. Quieten that planet there by not being stubborn and not being dominating. Be flexible, be negotiable. You'll tame these planets and you will have a good morning and afternoon period. Well, evening and nightfall, there's a whole gang of these planets who want to make you that person who is very dominating and very stubborn. You're going to make it's going to be an effort for you to make your evening nightfall better because one arrogant planet is also there. So there's arrogance, there's domination, and there's stubbornness. So what you do, I made you aware of it. So be the nicest, charming person that you can be. Again, in your heart, repeat to yourself, I have to take the soft approach. I have to be negotiable. I have to be flexible. That's all. And you will control your horoscope that way and make your evening nightfall much, much better. I see some business planets there in the evening nightfall. So you need to be that charming person to attract the business possibilities. Or you may meet people who want to help you in job or people who are just interested in you. So be the nice person and you'll get away with it. And you will see your evening nightfall of Saturday the 3rd improves a lot. Well, I have a 90-minute session. And during this 90 minutes, I will talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. And that's going to be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. Your palms are very special for you. The date of birth and time of birth can be shared by hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. The population is so big, but nobody will have that palm of yours. So I'll match your palm with your horoscope and talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years in all areas of your life. And so I'll be able to have you plan your next 7, 8, or 9 years to tell you how they're going to be. I'll give you your personal lucky lottery numbers and I'll teach you how to get into that supernatural side of you. We all have that guide, that supernatural guide in us. And we'll teach you how to contact that guide and use it for every area of your life to better your life and become a luckier person. And for your lotteries, I'll give you your personal lucky lottery numbers based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms to see if there are signs of lottery luck or not in the first place. So with all this information, including your lucky colors and your lucky gemstones and your lucky days and your lucky directions, a host of wonderful information from the universe. And that will cost you USD $50 to have a 90-minute session with me. So send me an email if you're interested at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com, and I'll get it done for you. Until then, have a good week. Thank you and goodbye.